The day Danielle left, she didn't just walk out the door. She tore my life apart. "Keep the damn painting," she said, her lips twisted into a cruel smirk as movers hauled out the last of our furniture. "It's ugly. Worthless. Like the rest of the junk you care about." I stood in the empty living room, my fists clenched as the echo of her laughter ricocheted off the bare walls. "She took everything, our savings, the house, the car. Even the dog. She left me with nothing but the painting my grandmother had entrusted to me before she passed. A dusty, faded canvas of a stormy sea." I stared at it, hung crooked on the wall. Worthless junk. Her words burned like acid. But I left it there, untouched. It wasn't much to look at, but it was all I had left of my family. Danielle and I weren't always like this. There was a time when I would have moved heaven and earth for her. She had a way of making you believe you were the most important person in the room, her smile warm and inviting. But I should have seen the cracks. The way her eyes lingered too long on her boss, Richard. The sudden, late nights at the office. The coldness that crept into our conversations. I dismissed it as stress. Told myself I was paranoid. I wanted to believe in her, in us. Until the day I came home early. Her car wasn't in the driveway, but Richard's was. I stood frozen at the door, my breath catching as laughter spilled from the living room. Hers. His. The betrayal wasn't loud or dramatic. It was quiet. A knife slipped between my ribs with clinical precision. When she saw me, there wasn't even a flicker of shame. Just indifference. "You should have come home later," she said, brushing past me like I didn't exist. She moved out the next day. Took what she wanted and left me with scraps. Months passed, and I tried to rebuild. I sold what little I had left to pay the mortgage. I worked late shifts, drowning in routine to silence the anger that threatened to consume me. And then came the call. The painting. That old, dusty canvas I'd nearly thrown away out of spite. A friend of mine, an art dealer, had come across it while visiting. "This could be something," he said, his eyes narrowing as he studied the brushstrokes. It turned out to be everything. A lost masterpiece, the work of an artist whose name alone commanded millions at auction. News of its discovery spread fast, and so did the valuation, $8.3 million. When Danielle called, her voice was saccharine sweet, but I could hear the greed seeping through. "I heard the news about the painting," she said. "We need to talk about splitting the proceeds." I let her talk. Let her spew her demands, her justifications. "We were married when you got it," she said. "That makes it marital property. I'll settle for half." Half. For the first time in months, I smiled. "Let's meet," I said, keeping my voice calm. Face to face. She arrived at the gallery dressed to kill. A designer dress, diamond earrings, likely gifts from Richard. She exuded confidence, her heels clicking against the marble floor as she approached me. "So," she said, crossing her arms. "Let's talk about how we're going to handle this." I gestured to a nearby table, where 2 glasses of wine waited. She didn't notice the hidden smirk tugging at my lips as she sat. "It's funny," I said, swirling the wine in my glass, "how you mocked that painting. Called it worthless. Do you remember?" Her eyes narrowed. "I was wrong. Clearly." "No, Danielle. You weren't." I leaned forward, locking eyes with her. "It meant nothing to you then, and it still does. You didn't leave me because of love or unhappiness. You left me because you thought I had nothing left to offer. You took everything you valued, but you left the one thing that truly mattered." Her mask of confidence slipped, just for a moment. "The painting is mine," I said, my voice like steel. "You'll get nothing." She laughed, sharp and bitter. "You think you can cheat me out of what's mine? I'll take you to court." "You'll do nothing," I interrupted, my tone cold and deliberate. Because I've already anticipated every move you'll make. I slid a folder across the table. Her face paled as she flipped through its contents: emails, bank statements, photos. Evidence. You see, I continued, while you were busy flaunting your affair, I was busy documenting everything. Your financial infidelity. Your siphoning of joint accounts. Your indiscretions. Her hand trembled as she closed the folder. What do you want? I leaned back, savoring the moment. You're going to walk away. No lawsuits, no demands. In exchange, I'll keep this between us. You wouldn't. I cut her off with a slow, calculated smile. Try me. She sat there, defeated, her polished exterior crumbling. For the first time, she looked small. Powerless. Goodbye, Danielle, I said, rising from the table. Enjoy your life with Richard. I'm sure you'll find it fulfilling. I walked away without looking back. The painting would remain mine not because of its monetary value, but because it was a symbol. A reminder of everything she underestimated, everything she discarded. She called me once more after that. I didn't answer. Because she was right about one thing, that painting was worthless to her. And it still is.